Hey YouTube, this is Alicia42 commenting on another one of Deborah Daughter videos. African American people divided, arguing, disagreeing with why are blacks divided over gay marriage. Well, first of all, and this is just my opinion, like everything else I put out here, um, it appears that the black gay community is divided anyway. If they're not divided over labels of uh, what a stud should look like, what a femme should be like, what a stud should be thinking, or how they should be acting or dressing. They haven't even really arrived to the point, to me, a lot of them, to where they can be, um, you know, have a consensus about it. Of course, they've been taught it's wrong. I disagree because God made me this way. He made me. I don't believe He makes mistakes. I don't feel like the word love and deviant behavior go in the same sentence, let alone the same paragraph. You're not going to find those two words synonymous with one another. So if people can just get off the hang up of, you know, listening to all the stuff in their ears, then then maybe they wouldn't feel that way. Um, so I feel like in order for that to happen, then they're gonna have to come to a consensus as a community before you know they be able to come to a consensus about a topic. Close the door for me. Pardon me, YouTube. Because if you can't come to a consensus about, you know, all this labeling, I'm a psychology major, so I'm always observing people or groups of people. um, I noticed that white people are not hung up on labels. They just love who they love, and that's that on that. You might see go to the club. I've gone to the black clubs and I've gone to white clubs, and I don't hear the same conversations come up that come up in the black lesbian community, where um, you might see two lesbians together that both of them appear to be butch. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. You know, People are hung up on the wrong things. They're focused on the wrong things. Focused on superficial things, um, as opposed to um, getting together. Hell, they can't even stay together 2, 3 months in a relationship. So, a marriage for real, they can't even get it together um, as a people. So, then you want the same, you want equality and you want marriage. First of all, this community needs to get it together and get themselves together, know themselves first, because there is so much flip flopping. They're confused. They think it's a game, they think it's a trend. This is a lifestyle to me that, I mean, this is my life, period. I'm not going to change. I haven't yet. Not since 4 years old, when I discovered that, I am different than everybody else. I feel differently about certain things and certain people, and I don't know why. I know that there's a higher power that I believe in and pray to, the God of my understanding. And I was taught by the same community that God is love. And if God is love, then I am not doing anything wrong by wanting to love someone else, that I feel a connection to, that I feel that um, I want to share my life with. I don't see anything wrong with that. And no one is going to tell me that I'm wrong. And, that's just that on that. I don't believe it. You have to feel comfortable with yourself. A lot of people are too busy waiting for validation from other people to be okay. You're okay by yourself. You don't need, I don't need anybody to come tell me that, okay, now you're okay because we finally accept you, you know. That ends up being like when they desegregated everything, that opened up a lot of doors for people. But then again, when we stuck together when we were all we had, now that we have the option of having other things, or you know, other, being able to participate or do other things, I think we've forgotten, you know, sometimes you get too high up on your haunches, and not saying you per se, but people get so, uh, you know, caught up in that old bullshit, so they don't forget how far they've actually come and how far they could actually go, or you know, how much better they could actually be if they would just stop all this division, all this labeling, all this so superficial bullshit that don't really mean anything. Stand for something. If you do it enough, and the reason why in other states that it's legal is because a group of people come together, united, not divided, not talking about a whole bunch of bullshit, and they get shit done. They lobby, they get together, they stand united, and things change because there is power in numbers. But when you look at the black community, you see all this divide. You see it is in the straight, gay, it doesn't matter. Not only in our community, just as in the black community as a whole. It's just like a bucket of crabs, everybody trying to get out, but it's too many people pulling you back down. People scared that you gonna have more than they have, so they find a way to keep you down. And in overt ways, it's more than covert ways. You know, it's sometimes it's just as blatant, and sometimes it's subtle. But you know, it's just like that. People would much rather be divided than be together, and that goes for um, because they're afraid. Like you said, they're afraid of change. They're afraid to lift each other up. You know what they gonna say? What's wrong with that? That's why when you look at the Hispanic community, hell, they get together, they get a house. It be 15, 25 of them in there. They pay the bills. And you know what? They have extra money. That's why they're driving around in nice cars, the flip flop paint and the rims on them. Be 10 cars parked in the driveway, all up in front of the house. But you know what? They stick together. They save their money. And if you look in certain neighborhoods, you see a whole damn city block with just them on it because they know how to be together. I mean, as a community. And until black people are can come together as a cohesive and you know group, then it's always gonna be some divide on more than just gay marriage. So that's my take on that. You're gonna have to come together as a people and decide what's important. You know, if gay marriage is important to you, then stand for it. You know, standing in the closet is not gonna help. You know, um, you have to be careful really to you know, I know a lot of people probably are because they fear that if they're found out, then that you know, it may be detrimental to their career. But are they really happy? You know, gay means happy. And if you're tormented by your lifestyle or you're afraid, then you're really just running from yourself. So, those who are comfortable with themselves and are out there, then, you know, come on out. Shit. You know, stand for what you believe in. Be who you are. I don't have a problem with it. Hell, I don't know who may come across my video on YouTube or the videos that I've made, you know, And I'm not worried about it because